Hello. I'm Kamter, your Tavern Keeper, and today we're not telling a story, but instead some interesting advice I've been giving my players lately in most of my campaigns on how to organize their character profiles and making it easier for new players to have all the information they need in one spot. Now, if you're a veteran player who's played for a very long time, you probably have your own tips and tricks on organizing your character and other ways to organize. But for a lot of new players, a lot of information, especially if you're playing something like Pathfinder or 5th edition where they're getting into it for the first time, they may not have the books, they may not have all of the supplementary stuff that they want to be using for their character, and they may just have a lot of information that they just don't remember, like racials or skills and abilities that they don't use as often as the ones that they're more excited for. So I've been recommending to my players a kind of binder. And these binders, you can set up in many different ways, but the way I've had them is we get these 3-ring binders with the plastic sheets on the front and the plastic holders in the middle. And I've also recommended getting these plastic paper sleeves to hold in character sheets. And so with this one, this player isn't using the character sheets, but he has all of his stuff organized in the side here. So he has on his front his main character page here with his name, his major stats, his abilities right here, and then on the plastic on the outside he's actually taking a dry erase marker and he's writing any temporary stats for the campaign. So he's not constantly writing on the main piece of paper and dirtying it up over time. He can only pull it out for upgrading for levels, puts it back in, any temporary health, any damage, any abilities he wants to circle or take notes on, he can. And then on the inside he has his spell sheet, as well as just a couple of notes, some character profilings, actually a couple extra character sheets in here as well. So this is great for anybody using actual paper sheets. For this one, I have another example here. This is one of our other characters. He's actually using the character sheet stuff like this, where he has all of his spells and stuff, which is really cool. I've been encouraging people to print out character spell lists, things that they want to have on hand all the time. My girlfriend's character sheet binder, as you can see right here, and she's smiling on the other side of the camera. She decorated all of her stuff on the front so she knew which one's hers. And then when you go in here, you can see she's been taking notes on arrows, and she has, her spell list, and just kind of some other areas. She also is using the Dungeons & Dragons player cards with spells. So I'm looking into getting some trading card game card sheets that clip into 3-ring binders, so you can clip those in and then have all your spell cards readily available there. So if you're playing something like a mage or a wizard who go through a lot of spells, that's also a really great way to do it too. Some really cool things that I also recommended is finding images or character sheets that they could use for kind of like profile pictures. So if you're playing like a dwarven character and you have a certain way that you want them to look, I recommended players to print them out so anybody at the table can have a quick glance and kind of remember the character, and gives more visualization. Yes, it's all like kind of a mental game and stuff like that, but finding something that's close to what your character is definitely helps the experience too, and always having kind of in front of you or kind of even as like a little like DM screen is kind of a nice touch to it too. Yeah, that's just something small I wanted to kind of cover in the series, so people who are getting new into D&D and they're like, well, it's so confusing, I gotta keep track of my, everybody picks a hunter in my group, I don't know why, but I have a 100 pet I have to go through, and I have level 1 spells and level 2 spells, plus I have all these items, and I don't know what all of them do, I don't know what, stats do. You can just make a binder of just notes, so your player has everything they need to do right here, and then as they're playing and getting used to stuff, they can add stuff, take away stuff. And one thing I've also been encouraging players is note-taking. Notebook paper can go right in here as well. Take notes on the campaign, so everything that they want to know is right here in these portfolios. And I think it's a cheap, great way to do it. These cost us, as a group, we bought these in bulk right after school let out, so everything was on sale. We paid probably about $10, $3 for the plastic sleeves, and then probably a couple bucks for the binders. So a very, very interesting way and fun way I recommend a lot of players to organize their characters. If you guys have any suggestions about what you guys would like to see as kind of like helpful hints and other stuff that you want other people to know about through this video series, please let me know. I'm always open for suggestions. I know I might be doing something on how I handle initiative and player combat. That might be our next video. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys like this idea, if you have other ways you organize your character, please let me know in the comments down below. Share this video if you liked it. And always remember, the Tavern Keeper is always right, and I've been Kamter. These intros are getting worse and worse each time, but I'm keeping it in because I don't know what else to do. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in the inn. Farewell. The endings. I can never do endings.